So yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to you folks as well. This is the Sound on Siren podcast where we fortify ourselves from the inside out. Follow us on all social media if you're still on social media. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on TikTok at Sound on Siren Pod or podcast. And then the YouTube page is called Imbali Blooming. In there, I do post Sound on Siren podcast episodes as well. You can follow us on Spotify. I found out that we're actually on Pocket Casts as well.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
When I look at the Spotify creators like analytics and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it shows you where people are coming from, one of them is Pocket Casts.
Okay.
And then others like Google searches and other random stuff. But anyway, thanks for listening, folks. Thanks for watching the podcast, and we will get into it. So before we play the game, how are you this week? Because last week you obviously were not feeling well.
Yeah.
It has been in the body.
Very dizzy times.
How are you doing now?
I'm like out of the. Let me not use that language. I'm out of the worst of it.
Were you gonna say out of the trenches?
Yeah, but I'm trying to step away from. That's like wartime language.
It is.
You know,
it is.
Like that's not a great hyperbole. My throat is still a bit fucked up, especially at night.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have a very runny nose. Lots of phlegm and mucus still. So mixture of cold and allergies. I'm allergy medicationing it and flu medicationing it.
I forget that you're allergic to
the air.
The air, yeah.
Yeah.
I really forget that you're allergic to the air.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
your body really said, I don't know
how to do
here.
this.
I don't know about being here. I don't know what's happening in this time.
Yeah. And I forgot about it for a while, like in the thick of COVID. I had forgotten about it because
you weren't out as much.
We were indoors.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just feel like I forgot that I get severe hay fever. So, we move. I'm better.
Yeah.
Feel like I had brain fog all week.
Okay.
And so that's only just now starting to clear.
Yeah.
But also could have just been that, sometimes the weeks are just charge it.
They just cancel it.
Like give it to God, it's above me. It was one of those where I feel like I was at work, I was there, but like my brain, my body, I was so tired. Not that I worked a whole bunch of days. I only did a 2-day work week, but still,
it will take it.
It was doing what I had to do for those 2 days.
As Beatrice likes to say, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. That's enough.
Yeah. So beta, but yeah, last weekend was child. Can you imagine being woken up by your throat? Mm-mm. That's what happened to me. It woke me up. I was like dead sleep. Woke up at 6 a.m. Oh my goodness.
I've been woken up by being thirsty, by being hungry.
But thirsty, you drink water, you can go back to sleep.
Yes.
I couldn't go back to sleep. My throat was fucked. And I didn't have any medication. I was just drinking water and I was like, what's happening?
Damn.
And I thought maybe it's fine. So I just called my mom and it just ended up being like an early call. Boop. The next day, it was everything all at once.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're feeling better. How would you rate your past week? Or, yeah. How long your past week, your past 2 weeks?
Out of 10?
Yeah. It'll always be out of 10.
I keep going back to the 5 that I boldly replied to as a 6.5. Well, what a time to be alive. It was my first episode though. How would I rate my past weeks? I wanna one day come on here and give like the highest score.
Yeah, no, you will.
But you will. The illness really took me out, so I'm gonna give it like a 4.
Okay.
Being sick sucks.
It does suck.
Like it just sucks. It's not nice. I feel like I had to cancel not so many plans, but I had to cancel
the plans that you did.
The plans that I did have, even for this weekend. So today is the first day I'm gonna do something. First day I'm doing this, and then I'm also gonna go see a friend after this. So
okay.
Today's the first day I'm out and about. But yeah, I had to cut shit out. The bright spot I would say is I've started spring cleaning, as you can tell because you live with me. So that's nice. I'll need help with like 2 things later, but that's for later. Just moving furniture.
No, it's all right. You're gonna shift your bed and the things?
I'm gonna swap my dresser and my bookshelf.
The TV thing?
Yeah.
So you're gonna put your TV on your bookshelf?
I'm gonna put the floating shelf and then put the TV on top of the floating shelf.
Okay. So where's
Yeah.
are you gonna put it above your
So the bookshelf is gonna go where the dresser is right now. The bookshelf there's still gonna be something
Yeah.
there. There just won't be a TV on top of it. There's gonna be a
Okay.
little bit of a step, then the TV will be on its own
I
thing.
see.
Then the whole top of the
Will be
bookshelf will be
available.
available.
Yeah.
And same with the top of the
Cute.
dresser.
Cute.
We'll see if I like it. But I feel like it's nice to have a space reset,
Yeah.
you know?
So it reconfigures your whole energy, your whole atmosphere. But also, I feel like sometimes it's like a little cute surprise
Right?
to yourself when you come back to your place. You're just like,
I switched
oh,
it
it's so
up.
cute. You're like, sleeping in a new place for a few months or a few weeks,
Yeah.
depending on how long it takes for novelty to wear off.
Yeah. And it's nice to get rid of the dust. Yo, things be dusty as hell.
No, things be dusty.
Dusty as hell. So
This place is dusty. Like,
this place is very dusty.
this place is very, very dusty. Even Vancouver was very, very dusty. But this place is very
We're
dusty.
getting a lot of dust. And we're getting to the point where we'll kind of have to have our doors open all day long just for ventilation and cooling reasons. And it's already dusty and those doors have been closed. But it's also like
cover.
It's dust that is accumulated, I would say, over winter, some of those areas. Like, if you're dusting your bookshelf every week, good for you. That's not us. That's
definitely not this
not
guy.
this one and not the one in my room neither. So it's things like that where you kind of have to go in and dust those little areas that are annoying where it's just accumulated a bit of dust.
Yeah.
But I feel like other places, they get wiped frequently, so they don't get too dusty.
Or they get kind of pulled into the cleaning sweep or whatever the case
exactly.
is.
So so that's the bright spot.
Cool.
Spring cleaning. Oh, and the weather. The weather is definitely been nice. Spring is kind of fighting back a little bit. The brisk is still quite brisky, but spring's fighting back.
I mean, there's still snow on the mountains.
That's true.
So
that's none of my business. I'm not at the mountains. I'm over here. Not my business. Anyway, how would you rate your week? Because I saw a TikTok of somebody at Grouse or something there on the fucking snow. What is that thing? Snowboard. I was like, get off there. It's done. Wrap it up. Trying to show as if Vancouver is also nice to look at like that.
That's none of my business. Hilarious. No, but that's fair. No. Snow sports. I definitely didn't get into snow sports. I think the only snow activity I got into was snowshoeing.
I love tubing.
And that's just walking with these huge shoe nets, webs, things, shoe guards, basically. That was really fun. But yeah, all these other things, no, you can miss me with that. I'll go on a ski hill at the little lodgy cabin place and drink and party and have a cute time. Yes. I'll wear a little snowsuit. Yeah. We'll go outside, take some pictures, look cute. Get back inside the cabin. You know what I'm saying? Sit on the balcony. Cool. I love it. I'm here for it. Completely. Everything else, cut me out of it. My week was good. What did I do this week? What happened this week? I did go to work, right?
You did go to work.
I did go to work.
I think you did.
3 days?
3 days?
No,
2, because you ended up being sick on that day.
Yes, 2 days. Oh, I got my period. Yeah. I don't know what it is with this thing, and maybe it's my hormones, or maybe I need to ask a doctor. But like I was telling you, my period pains have gotten worse. As I've aged. But even saying as I've aged is like, oh, it's such a gradual process. No, I feel like when I turned 30, and every year after that, my period pains have just been worse the next year, worse the next year, worse the next year, worse the next year. I don't like that. I don't appreciate this. I don't appreciate taking painkillers, but then the pain is not killed. What's the point? You gotta kill the pain. Kill it. Anyway, so I'd still rate it a 7, though, because I went out with Nay and
you did.
Ivana. We had a time, but Vancouver still stays a boring motherfucking place. People still don't know how to party at a party. Always listening to the same fucking music.
Not dancing. They don't dance here.
This one was a little bit different because it was like in a shared space of like an apartment thing.
Yeah.
In that like shared room. So the people that were there to dance. So people were dancing, people were having a good time. But it's them.
What?
You know, no shade, guys. I'm sorry, no shade. You'll get better. There'll be more people that come to your parties that also come earlier. But
Damn, okay, T.
but you know when they are filming
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of people,
Yeah.
and they keep saying to you, can you guys come be
Congregate.
closer? Can you guys
Yeah,
come be closer?
congregate.
And we're like, no, we're not going to be closer because we're all playing different games, like we're at the party, we're enjoying ourselves the way we want to enjoy
They should have just made it a
ourselves.
filming thing and not had games. If you want people to dance in the video and be filmed,
Yeah,
don't
don't
give
have
them other
games.
avenues to do whatever they want.
Kept saying, guys, no, you can finish this one round and then come and be here. No,
Yeah, hey, those YouTube
no,
sets have made everybody want to be a house DJ. Also,
no.
some of them are not crowd heavy and they're still great sets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm somebody who watches a lot of just the DJ sets.
Yeah.
Or people doing like a Sunday chill where it's somebody's house, but people are like in and out, and there's always like a handful of people in the room. I don't do
Nice.
like the club ones. I've seen a couple I do enjoy where it's like a big party one.
Yeah.
But they are generally themed nicely.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, I'm not bagging. It's not everyday boiler room, and it's
No.
not everyday like
No.
full house party. Some sets are nice, and it's just like people chilling on a couch, and somebody's DJing, and people are rotating in and out, and it's chilled.
Yeah, no.
I much prefer that.
I think they were definitely going for a rah vibe in a not rah space.
Yeah.
Although it was really beautiful, like I said to you, it was really, really beautiful. I think the rent that they pay there is expensive, probably paying out of their booty holes for the rent. But hey, if you can afford it, do what you gotta do.
It's true.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. We had a good time. But yeah, I'm ready for the DJs to go back to like putting me on music. I think that's something, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's no, I don't think it's even me. I was like, is it my fault? No, it's not my fault. There has to be a culture of putting people onto music. If you are the curator of the music, it's not all the time the most popular 40 songs, the most popular 40 songs. No, get over it. I want to be shazamming at the fucking club. I want to be shazamming at the party. I want to be, oh, who's this? Oh, what's this? Oh, I'm so
people here are not good with that.
It's
like in
so
the sense
annoying.
of DJs are not good at it. That's frustrating, but also DJs don't do it because people here, when they hear things they don't really know, people are not going to be like, oh, I don't know this, but this is great. Most of the time, people are going to just like then trickle out of the dance floor when the DJ does do things that are like not as popular or experiments a bit with the sound.
That's very annoying.
I don't want to say the city is tasteless, but
it's very annoying. It's very annoying.
The taste is
lacking. Yeah.
The taste is lacking. Yeah, the taste is lacking, and the DJs are just like they're just a symptom of of the culture of going out here. I think the DJs should be doing better, but I also do think that it's hard for a DJ when your entire thing is based on the feedback of a crowd. Every time you try to veer off, the crowd doesn't do well.
Yeah,
to like veer off, you know? It's difficult. It's difficult. You have to be like a DJ that people already know is like a DJ, and then they're receptive to music. Like if you're a Keitu and you want to play a set that's experimental, people are gonna dance anyway because Keitu.
Yeah.
But if you're a DJ V who just DJs like in the club circuit in the city,
I would dance. No,
the girls who want to dance will dance.
Time.
The folks who want to dance will have a good time, and people who like music will have a good time.
Yes.
But there's a lot of people who go out here who don't particularly love music or dancing. They're just out.
Annoying. It's very
and also like I'm like, don't you want to dance to wear off the drugs? Because everybody's high. Ooh, they're all people in Vancouver is the true essence of if it ain't snowing, I ain't going. Like they are so high. I'm like, so just dance, like sweat it out or something.
Literally.
No,
the cool kids still, we have they're
busy cool talking in their cliques. It's just weird.
We have the cool kid syndrome. But I know I just need, I don't know then. Maybe I just need to not be partying in Vancouver if the DJs are a symptom and it's like kind of this feedback loop that's just become so boring and mundane. But like if there's 3 DJs, I don't want to hear the same song more than once. I'll give you twice, but definitely not 3 times from 3 different people.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Also,
Are you
coordinate your
mad?
sets. Coordinate your sets. Are you not listening to that person's set?
Are you mad?
These DJs don't be caring. They don't listen to the other person's set. They do that. I'm like, you should have listened to that other person's set because you should be building. By the time the last DJ comes on, the audience should have been carried. You know, like you're getting me more hype, more hype. That's how DJing is supposed to go, is that the sets gets beta and beta and beta. By the time you're at the end of the night and the last DJ is coming on, it should be going.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just said Aka. That took me back. Throwback, if you know, you know. But yeah,
No,
not a great time. That's why I don't even have FOMO. People ask me, do you not go? I'm not talking to the people. I don't go out.
Yeah.
As a general rule of thumb, if I must go out, I will go to like a friend's party or something like that. But I don't do nightlife in Vancouver anymore. It's not worth it. I find it's not going to be nowhere as good as me playing music in my house and drinking with some friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even going to touch that.
That's why
I have
we're always
no
saying
FOMO whatsoever.
at the end of the night, we're just like, the pre was really better
The pre is always. That's why I'm always like, I was bummed I didn't get to the pre, because I always enjoy a pre. I always enjoy a pre. And folks, like, we used to do a lot of pre's at the house. Maybe we'll do them
again. Yeah.
in the summer. If
we do also live like much further away.
We live further away,
from where the parties
we've always been like a pre spot where people come to our place to pre. At our Hastings spot, it was nice.
Oh yeah,
it's a good time. Like, you can play music loud, drink, and it's still chilling, and you get to dictate and you curate the vibes. By the time you go out, you're on a high, and then
it brings you
it
down.
goes down. No. So I don't have FOMO at all. I don't miss it. There's nothing to miss.
There is nothing to
for
miss.
me. I've had a handful of fantastic parties here. Like, I've gone out and had good times a handful of times. Yeah. And I just think the payoff, if I'm gonna have a great time 1 in every 15 times I go out, that's too many times going out for the one good night. Yeah. That's too many times. So, and it's so expensive.
It is.
It's so expensive. So
it is. It is.
Yeah, but
$17
power to the people.
To bring your own beer. Anyway,
power to the people who are clubbing.
No, power to us, honestly.
Yeah, that little $17 highball. Vodka Sprite of 17 Canadian dollars. Sakyamara.
That was a segment that we will probably have again when I go out, called "Why Does Vancouver's Party Scene Suck So Hard?" Anyway,
some people are going to take offense to that.
No,
I'm sure the punks are having lots of fun.
That's perfectly fine. You can take offense to it.
Like, I know folks who are going to like punk parties, or
everybody's having their own
that are very like very underground raves.
Yes,
they're having lots of fun. But I do think like mainstream clubbing should still be fun, or even, you know what I mean, like even loungy stuff. Like, this just anyway. I'm done with that. I feel
like the way that I want to have fun, people have fun in the one way. There's like a one way you have fun. If you've been to one club, you've been to all clubs. Sure. If you've been to one Friday, whatever special occasion thing, you've been to the Saturday one, the Sunday one, the Monday one. If you've been to even when you have people who are international who bring a party to the thing, like Jerk and Jollof, for example, that party that I went to a little while ago, it was mostly local DJs and like one Toronto DJ. I'm like, dude, if you guys are international, you should be giving us new DJs. Like, you should be like putting something here that makes it unique. I'm just going to go watch the same person that I watch every time.
And it's always the same openers, especially if the event is like Black folk. Yeah. Like, if it's going to be a Black party, it's never going to be a Black party because there are not Black people, but there can be instances. But if it's going to be like Black organizers or Black kind of folks at the forefront of the planning, yeah, it's going to be the same 4 DJs. Yep. It's going to be, let me not say their names. Let me not say their names. They know exactly who they are. They're open for every artist as well who comes, every piano artist, even if they're all, it's the same guy, it's the other guy, and the Asian guy. They know exactly they are. They know exactly. I'm not going to say their names. Anyway. Hey, one of them's even my friend. Let me shut my mouth. Hey, let me be real quiet, lad. I've got no business talking. But it's the same, and it's been the same people since I'm...
It's the same people.
Well, some of them have come up in the past couple of years. Yeah. But some of them, it's been the same since... Oh my gosh. No. Since I've been going out since I was here.
It's literally been the same people. Okay, this episode's already 20 minutes. Okay. Busy talking about this. Let's play your game.
Okay.
And then please explain to the people what we're doing.
And
what segment
our segment is Siren Sounds. It's the next segment where we will break out into song in various different ways. You will break out into song this time. You've probably seen this on TikTok, I hope, but it's the can you guess the song in one note, like in 1 second?
Oh, okay. So you're gonna play it for me?
I'm gonna play 1 second of a song.
Okay.
And
1 second.
1 second, basically. Obviously, with human error, it's gonna be like a bit longer. Me pressing and playing, but anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna do just easy and medium. I'm not gonna do like a
Don't do
super
hard,
difficult level.
because your hard is already simple is already hard.
I'm gonna know, but my simple is gonna be simple for real. For
okay,
real.
cool.
Okay.
Play along, everyone.
Okay, let's start simple.
Ooh, it's Lauryn Hill. Ooh, is it doo?
Yeah,
doo-wop?
there you go.
Doo-wop?
Doo-wop. Yeah.
Doo-wop.
Doo-wop. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of the lyrics. I was like, what did she say again?
Okay, this one is a bit of a throwback. We'll see.
Okay. Na 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 na. That's Rihanna. Na 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 na. It's not Disturbia. Na 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 na. I don't know what the name of the song is. I want you to love me like I'm the only girl in the world.
There you go.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Said that so quickly, like I'm racing against the clock.
Okay, next one.
Okay. That says is it Gina? Ooh. It's not Love Galore, is it?
No.
You and your friends and your
It's the name of a celebrity.
Drew Barrymore.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing well. You see, I'm keeping it nice and easy. Here we go.
Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can tell where yours begins. I can tell where mine ends.
Okay, good. This one might be a bit harder.
Okay.
But it still should be pretty simple. That was long, even. That was long.
Oh, is that Brandy?
No.
It's not I Wanna Be Down. Is that MC Light and Queen Latifah? Is it that one?
No, I can play it again.
It's not Brandy?
No.
Then I don't know. I know it, but I don't know. I need more. I need another second.
I'll give you another second.
Okay.
Oh, I can start it from scratch if that. That's 3 seconds.
Is it a man who sings it?
No. It's a group. It's a group. There's a man in the group. But it's a group.
There's a man in the group. It's a boy band.
No.
No.
There's a woman in the group and there's a man in the group. It's Dance Tonight. Lucy Pearl. Yeah. I wanna dance tonight.
That one is a cheating one because the melody switches up there when they're actually in
that
the
whole
depths
album is
of
a
the
perfect
song.
album. It is criminally underrated.
Are we in the medium now?
We're in the medium now. We're in the medium.
You felt the switch, ladies and gentlemen, and theys and thems?
Okay.
Dun, 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 don't worry. It's not? Go again?
Hold on, that was the wrong one.
Dun, 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 dun. Gun, dun, gun, 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 gun. Is it Buffalo Soldier?
No.
Dun, gun, 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 gun. Gun, 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 gun. Gun, gun. I know it's Bob Marley.
It is Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Gun, 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 gun. It's not. No, it's not. Sorry, I have to
Keep doing the loop.
Even the word wants to come out. Can you play it one more time? Sorry. Oh, it's literally at the tip of my tongue, but I don't want to take too much time, so you can do it.
It's jamming.
Jamming. We're jamming.
Yeah. Okay. Last one.
Okay.
Also, still, I think it's fairly simple.
Okay. Do, 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 do.
That was 2 seconds, even.
Do, do, do. In the morning. And
Yes.
Cause I'll be loving you all the way until the rhythm of the center. Always.
And the song
now,
is?
who sings it? Yeah, I'm like, now who is the artist?
Oh, you know exactly who it is.
Is it the guy who sings the one who Maxwell? Is it Maxwell?
No.
Always. So I know the song.
You absolutely know the song. And you know
I'll be loving you forever.
Yeah, take that head bob as a clue.
Oh, really? I'll be loving you forever until the minute. Always. I'm literally trying to remember their face while I'm doing this. Who is it? It's not gonna be like Montel Jordan.
No. You're gonna be so annoyed when I say it.
Stevie?
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder. What's it called? I don't know what the song is called.
Called As.
As. There we go. Okay. Come on.
Period.
I love it. I did really good, actually.
10s across the board. I
think I missed like 2 or something.
Yeah, but it was just the names. Like, you knew the songs. Well, Dance the Night was the exception. Lucy Pearl was.
Yes. Period. Okay, so we're going to do mine in the next episode. So I think that will be a really good one, actually. I think it will really challenge you.
After I kept it light and not very challenging. Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. No, it's gonna be gradual.
Okay.
It's gonna be gradual. But we'll move to the next segment. That was a good one. We'll move to the next segment. This is Chatterbox. And I saw this as a thread on Threads, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to read the responses. And I just thought this was a really good question. The question is, when do you know you need to leave a relationship? When do you know you need to leave a relationship? And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, love relationship. It can be any kind of relationship. But yeah, do you have any thoughts on that? Like, when do you know you need to leave a relationship? So I was thinking about me, and I was like, there's been times when I should have left and I knew it, but I didn't. Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't start.
Fair enough. I think that everybody has some version of that where we should have left, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Or at the very least should have said something and didn't. When do I know I need to leave a relationship? There's probably a few things in there. One of them I would say is if I have very severe anxiety about being around a particular person.
Yeah.
It's giving it a wrap.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we should be shaking in our boots to see somebody
Yeah.
or having lots of stress unless somebody's in a time of crisis. Like, I think if there isn't a crisis happening, but you're experiencing lots of anxiety when you have to go see somebody or hang out with a group of people, those are not your friends.
Yeah.
Like, those are not your people. It shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to hype yourself or stress yourself to be able to go see somebody who you're in a friendship or relationship with.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the big signals. Looking internally, like, how do I feel every time I have to go be with this person? Ideally, if it's your friends, on like a good day, you're just like, whew, I can see my friends and it's chill. And then on a fantastic day, you can be excited about something that you're doing or whatever. That's great. But often if you're just gonna go like hang out, I think you can keep it. Like, it can be okay to, but it shouldn't be anxiety inducing, stressful type of thing.
Yeah.
That's one.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I think another one is you feel that this person just like doesn't show up for you. Maybe not necessarily, because I'm not one to believe that we need to show up for each other in the same ways, because we're different people. So I'm not going to expect you to show up for me how I would show up for me.
Yeah.
And you're not going to expect me to show up for you how you would show up for you, because we're like such different people.
Yeah.
But it's about knowing that that person is showing up.
Yeah.
Right? I think so. And I think there's certain instances where all of us could be better in general. But I do think there's certain things that are pretty non-negotiable. Like, if you feel that your friend or partner or whatever is not showing up for you when you're in like a time of crisis, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But also when you're in a time of like something big has just happened, like you have a big show or you have a big, event or something, I think your closest people should be there. If they can, they should. Your birthday is a big one. If you feel like it's not a priority for them in the sense of wanting to do what you want to do or just being there. I've literally had friendship breakups because of that. So that's a thing. But also I think another one is if that person is shitty to you, like, I think there's lots of people who are mean to each other, manipulative, or things in that realm. Like, if somebody is not kind to you, not nice to you, there's no reason for you to be in that relationship, or you don't have to be in that relationship. I know for some people, those dynamics are difficult to leave for multiple reasons, and there's many people who feel who think that it's okay for folks to be mean or whatever because of there's a multitude of things, whether it's because you always had people around you who were mean-spirited, so you feel like this is how relationships are always
meant to be.
Like, friends are mean to each other, negativity is part of life or whatever. That's one aspect. There's some people for whom, like, they're just, again, not used to positive reinforcement because of their homes and like where they come from. That's another aspect of it. And then there's some people who they just ascribe it to, like, well, it's a group of like mean gays, and they're like proud of being mean and ugly to each other. That's another thing, queer people, we need to talk about that one day. But I think, I think people around you should be nice to you. They should be nice to you. They should care about your feelings. Like, and if you're with somebody or you're in a relationship where somebody maybe not, even if they don't necessarily, even if they care, but they aren't necessarily bothered with the idea of bothering you, in the sense of like upsetting you, then you can step. Like, if you're upset and I've upset you, I'm upset. Like, I want us to
be okay.
not be upset, and I want to not be somebody who upsets you. That's not to say there won't be
those moments
where you have to have a conversation or whatever, but like, it shouldn't be a thing where like that's just the dynamic where somebody gets upset and the other person is just like, get over it. And I've seen it. Like, I've seen it. Like, I've seen people call their friends too sensitive or all kinds of terminologies. It's weird. It's very strange. So those are some of the things. What do you think?
Yeah, those are some really good things. I agree with them. The anxiety one is really big. I agree with that. I feel like that definitely showed up in my relationships, especially when I was like working from home or staying home. And I think it maybe showed up for a very brief time when we started living together. But I think it's from how I was raised. It's like anxiety of when your parents, or like if there's one person who comes home much later from work, but you're home the whole time.
Yeah.
Like this kind of expectation of you to have done homely things, even though you were working when you were at home.
Yeah.
And you were like doing shit even if it wasn't working. And also that like what when we were younger was an unspoken expectation, and then like repercussion if you didn't do it, if you weren't ready, like inspections and like things like those was very intense. But yeah, definitely showed up in my relationships. And even though it wasn't a sign to leave the relationship, it's definitely a sign to say something.
Yeah.
And to communicate something, and to just ask somebody like, hey, when you come back from work and I've been working all day, you don't expect me to have done this. You don't expect me to. And then, people will be like, no, I don't expect you to do that at all, but that was my own thing that I had to deal with. So, that I think also some like if you're searching yourself as the problem more times than not in the relationship, so or in the whatever the experience is. So for example, like if you don't like something or you want to change something, or you're asking for the person to do something differently, or maybe let's say you're suggesting for you guys to go somewhere, but it's always like, oh, the things you like I don't like. It's like you got bad taste, you've got bad friends, you've got this thing, oh, you don't like how this thing is going. That's a you problem, it's not a me problem. And yes, there are personal problems, there are problems that we're both having in this relationship together. But I think if it's a constant, like, you're the one who has the issue, I'm just fine, we could leave things as is, that's not good. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign, because sometimes even the things that you might be changing and asking for is for the betterment of the whole relationship. But if that person would have kept things the same, to not change, to not grow, I don't think they're actually fostering a healthy environment for both people. They're just fostering it for themselves. And I've been in a situation where someone was like, oh, yeah, you don't like it. Oh, that's you. No, that's your problem. Oh, yeah, you should figure out how to fix that. How can I help you feel better about what you have a problem with? I'm just like, that's, anyway.
This is not how relationships work.
No.
Right.
No.
It would be like also always being the one at fault, which we see a lot of the times, particularly with romantic relationships, cis-het ones in particular.
Yeah.
Where just like even if the femme person is not in the wrong, they'll somehow take some responsibility for something.
Yeah.
For something, so that there's an idea that blame is always shared, which is very strange because that's not how it goes. But there are dynamics where people feel like in some ways they have to acknowledge fault any little thing that happens in the dynamic all the time. And sometimes you're not at fault. Sometimes somebody does something that hurts you or is inconveniencing for you or whatever, and you had nothing to do with it, and they did it. You're not at fault here. And like, I think in relationships it's very easy for folks to just be like, well, I know that things don't happen in a vacuum, and maybe I should have done this and I should have done that. And like, there is I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but also there is the other person did do this, and that is hurtful.
Yes.
And that can be by itself, aside from other things.
Without having to account for all, like, the vice versa pains.
Yeah.
Or, taking stock as well of like, oh, well, I was hurt
You hurt me this time,
here,
so now
I only hurt you once, so I owe you 4 more times to hurt you before the things are balanced. No,
very strange.
I don't think that. And I think also that goes very much counter to the dynamic that you were talking about, where you are affected by hurting somebody and you want to make right and you want to repair, but that repair doesn't mean that you have to take the blame when the blame is not yours. Or you have to take, accountability when there's nothing for you to account for, and I think, yeah, that would be the things that I would say. Is there anything else? I mean, there's lots of things, obviously,
so
like,
many things.
Somebody is beating on you. Yeah. There's lots of things. But I think for me, let me see if there's actually a sign that I only saw afterwards. Let me try to remember.
Oh, I have a couple.
for me on my
Yeah.
behalf.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say a big one, not for you, but in general as well, sometimes relationships aren't working because of a group dynamic and not necessarily because of like individual relationships in a group. So it might be that you need to shift hanging out with a particular group when they're all together and just make sure you cultivate the relationships that you want to have with the people in the group where you feel that relationship makes sense. Because there are some people when they're in bigger context as well, even though one-on-one or when you're with one or two other people, it's not something that is like bad. It's like a good time,
Yeah.
good dynamic, a healthy dynamic, all those things. But then when they get into this bigger group context, things get out of whack. There's lots of things that are, we don't like to talk about imbalances in relationship or particularly like friend group dynamics, but there are like imbalances, cliques within cliques within cliques, and like that can get a bit messy.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to listen to yourself and to say like, I enjoy hanging out with this person, but I don't enjoy hanging out with this group.
Yeah.
Like when we're all together and I have to do things with the group or go on a group trip, I feel left out or I feel like small or insignificant, all these things. Like I think that feeling is one that, especially when younger folk, like I think when I was younger, that was a feeling that was easy to ignore. And I think also people are not aware necessarily sometimes when they're in those dynamics, not the person who's feeling bad, but the people who are engaging in that group dynamic, because they're just having a good time. To them, everything still feels balanced because they still also are like, we still have one-on-one relationships. So what if it's like a different vibe when we're in a group? It's like, that's what happens. But that doesn't work for everyone. And I think it's okay for people to spend, like, it's some people actually are fortunate enough to be able to like blend groups together and it's all a wonderful dynamic.
Yeah.
And some groups are not that. Sometimes it is a matter of this person has this 10-person friend group, but really I'm close to this 3 people. And in the context of the 10 people friend group, it gets wonky and I don't want to hang out with that group.
Yeah.
In that context all the time. If we go out all together, it's different, whatever. But I don't want to go on a trip with these people. I don't want to like have to spend exorbitant amounts of time in this dynamic.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a good time in there. I think that's also a way to kind of not step away from a relationship, but to make boundaries for yourself so that you stay in healthy dynamics, or dynamics at least that feel good for you.
I like
That
that.
can be a very easy one.
I like that.
to
And I think
ignore.
it definitely comes out a lot because when people's different energies come together, you know, a lot like um there's certain energies that come up,
Yeah.
you know, and then you get this idea of like who's the leader of the group, who's the this of the group, who are the alphas, who are the, you know, second class people in the group. And even though this is not something that might be spoken out loud and actually said like, oh, you're number 4 in this group of 10 people, you're number 7 in this group of 10 people, how people act and behavior, right, definitely can demonstrate to you where you fall once once there's more people, but also on a one-on-one encounter. And I don't know, sometimes I feel like for me that's a bit weird because I'm not saying you have to treat me the same way when we're just me and you that we are with your friends, but there definitely shouldn't be any like outranking. There definitely shouldn't be any like specialized treatment. All of a sudden now you're not actually talking to me
There
when
should
we're
be a
out with
willingness to
other people.
include.
Yeah.
Like we should all kind of care that everyone feels like they're having a
Included.
good time and they're included and part of the thing. It's like it's weird. Like some groups even will like literally get gossipy while other people are there. But like about it's just strange.
That's very strange.
Like it's a very strange dynamic. And if I find myself in a dynamic as well where I'm riffing with somebody and we're having a good time, but then I remember it's not just me and this person. Like I feel bad. I need to just, you know, like I need to make sure
alienated.
that I just alienated someone, and it's like in that moment maybe I wasn't conscious of it, but the moment it clicks, I'm like, oh shit, no, like that's not a great dynamic. I don't actually love that.
Yeah.
And like I want to make sure that this person knows that. Because it can also like we're not exempt from like doing some of these things either. I say to you, if you don't have a like a friend group, like that's so okay. like there's just certain ways in which also it's not set up for everybody to have it, whether it's where you are, the people that or the place that you're in, like it's just
or the type of
or
person
the
that
type of
you
person you
are.
are.
I
Like
think
it's
that's
okay to not have
yeah.
also like to have individual friendships and to not have this idea that you need to have a friend group or this group of people that you always go out with or you do the things with or you do a trip with. Like some folks are not going to be those folks, and for some folks it's going to be really different. Like I have groups that I know would not mesh well together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also have friends like Diana. Diana is a great friend for like she already doesn't keep a lot of people around her.
Yeah.
And the folks she does keep around her are very likely to get along. So like Diana, of most people that I know, has done well with like integrating or like getting her friends who are not like from one area of her life to her friends in another area of life. And like when we come together, it's still like such a good dynamic.
Nice.
But a lot of people, that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like it won't go that way, and it's okay. And I think in a city like Vancouver that's very cliquey and very friend group based, it can feel really strange to not have a friend group.
Absolutely.
But that's also like it's not a thing that works for everyone. And I can guarantee you that in some of those friend groups, people are not having a good time, but people feel like they need to have the group of friends or whatever, at the cost of a lot of things. So like I think those are relationships that people can really struggle to say, I need to leave this group. And you need to leave that group, baby.
Yeah, because also when you leave the group, then like you are risking being by yourself and having to start from scratch and then never ever getting that group again. But for somebody who's never really had a friendship group, that's just me thinking back. Like, yeah, no, I've never had a friendship group. I've been in a group of friends, you know, like in school and stuff like that. But we weren't a friendship group because we wouldn't do everything together. I feel like, and it doesn't have to be everything, but it's like the group mobilizes to different things in different places and does different things. I've never had that. I've had friends where we might meet up as a larger group of people, like to do one thing, and then more times than not, I'm meeting up with one or two other people, you know, every other time or whatever the case is. Yeah, I think I've just learned about myself that I actually I'm not a let me have 20 friends person. I'm not a let me have a group of friends person. I'm not a like friends person. I love my friends. But yeah, again, I'm not like heavy into it. And I think finally that guilt is just
can let it go.
It's leaving me. It's leaving me. Oh, thank goodness. Because you get oppressed by this whole, especially when Facebook was like, how many people do you have following you? Even this followers and likers. How many people do you this idea of just having hordes of people around you and connected to you. I'm just like, no, 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 no. Thank you.
And relationships end, y'all.
Yeah.
Relationships end and it's rough. It's rough. Relationships end and then you still have to see the person. That's what I will say though about, because I think it happens a little bit less in romantic relationships unless you're like running in the same circles. Let's say you're both Black creatives and you break up. It's difficult to like not see each other again. But with friendship breakups, it's a whole other story. Like you will still see people. So you also have to find a way to find a good dynamic. Like you don't have to be friends again, but find a dynamic that makes it not awkward to be around these folks, especially if you still have mutual friends and will have to be in space together.
But people like to be awkward. People like to be dramatic. People like to be making drama for no fucking reason. Just let it lie. Let it lie. Don't be stirring up anything. Just, you see me, I see you. Don't have to say nothing. Don't have to say nothing. But don't do other things. Then all of a sudden, people are turning around and people just relax yourself. Be calm. Stop liking the drama. Stop liking the chaos. Your friends like you. They chose you. It's okay. You have them. Keep them. Amen.
Yeah, some dramatic things have happened, I suppose.
Anyway, we'll move to the last segment of the podcast episode. It is called Pele Pele, and I think you will love this one.
Ooh, okay.
Purely because we've kind of just had conversations about this. Pele Pele is a segment where I find something spicy or fun off of threads and then I read it and share it. This one is, so she asks, what adulting task gets on your nerves the most?
Cooking.
Working. Working. For me, it's
Okay,
working.
probably work is number one.
For me, it's working.
Work is number one. I think it's also this thing of I'm always having to remind myself that, like, this is just capitalism. Like, because I know that if I had the choice, I would still work. It's just that I wouldn't work this much and in this way.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's also things that have become very, like, normal in working and work culture and expectations that I think for me, if I had to choose, because I'm not also very good at, like, being idle for long periods of time. Like, I can sit and chill for, like, let's say maybe the most I could do right now, it's only because I've also been working and I'm tired. I could probably sit at home and do nothing for like a year. but like, you know, if I wasn't so bone deep exhausted, let's say maybe like 2-3 months, then I'll kind of like need something.
Yeah.
And even in those 2-3 months, I feel like I'll focus a lot on like things at home or whatever. But I think it's the way in which we're expected to like wake up, do this, do that, go to work, and rinse and repeat. And then there's so much of your time is spent at work. And there's so little flexibility sometimes. It's just very strange.
Yeah.
It's very strange. It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
It's very exhausting.
It's exhausting. Yeah.
It's very exhausting.
Good,
yeah. So definitely work. And then, yeah, cooking because I'm too tired.
That's the thing.
I'm tired
Most
to do
things
anything.
are annoying because I'm already so tired from work.
Yes.
So like I like cooking. I'm also like a recipe cook. Like I like finding nice recipes out there and like making something. I think that's really nice. Which wasn't always the case for me. Like I feel like I grew up kind of free cooking when I started cooking.
Freestyling. That's the way to cook. As a South African, how do you learn how to cook freestyle, Papa?
Freestyle. You just see what the adults do and then you start to shiggy yourself and then you're just there like, yeah, I'm Gordon Ramsaying it. Yeah. Down, wasting the Raja in the house. Anyways, so like...
I don't know. I feel like there's just something about cooking at home and cooking here. Like, and at home, I mean, like in South Africa. Maybe it's just being conditioned, having grown up in a house where you cook every day. There's a cooked meal every single day from Monday to Sunday, Sunday to Sunday. There's a cooked meal every single time. There's almost like I don't know. I feel like the energy of it just kind of carries me through the cooking. I'm playing music. Also, sometimes, you know, somebody comes in the kitchen and they like will peel something for you or they'll chop something for you. So there's a little bit of that as well. But I just feel like I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think I'm just so tired because I do enjoy cooking. And at one point, I loved baking. Like, I was baking nonstop in my house. I'll remind you, folks, of the question, what adulting task gets on your nerves the most? So, obviously, someone said laundry, someone said driving. Are you into driving? Would you be into driving?
I like driving. I feel like I haven't done a lot of driving in my life.
Yeah.
But I love cars. I like the independence of driving. Yeah, no, I think I would enjoy driving a lot if I got to do it more. This is not a thing I've been able to do a lot of, so...
You know how to drive, right?
Yeah, but I feel like I've forgotten. I haven't driven a car in like 7 years, 8 years, who knows? Yeah. I learned, but, you know.
But it'll come back to you, though, once you get into a car again.
Yeah, and I feel like also I learned on manual, but like... Let's just do automatic.
Auto is
serious. My God.
You don't even have to comprehend. Well,
my God, isn't that serious?
Because y'all are bad drivers, some of you. But
yeah,
it's so easy to drive auto.
So yeah. So I think next time I'm doing the driving thing, I'm just gonna do automatic because
it's mad.
Because learning on a manual is just annoying. Like it's just you can't really rely. The thing that annoys me though is that is in direct conflict with how I feel about cars. Like, because I'm a gearhead who loves cars, who like loves what cars can do, also knows that the best driving comes from a manual car that the driver then can control and like maneuver that way. But I'm not a street racer. Like I think for like an everyday car, like just get an automatic. Yeah. But if I ever had the money, I do think I'd be one of those people who'd get like a nice
stick shift car,
quote unquote dream car, where that gets covered most of the year and comes out 1 or 2 days in the year. But it would be manual because it would be old. Because I do have some cars that I like, but they're all kind of like older cars.
Cute. So we'll go back to the question.
Driving
what adulting task gets on your nerves the most? Someone said having to clean the shower is such a joke.
For real.
And then in quotation marks said, "Oh, look at me. I'm a tiled oblong, daily flooded with soap and hot water. You know, the two things you use for cleaning. Better scrub me down with different soap or I'll develop weird orange fungus." Absolute clown.
Absolute clown. Yeah, no, but yeah, the bathroom just be getting dirty. Just from just using it. That's the thing about it. I would say a washroom more than like any other room. And except like I think if there were more people, like when you live in a house with more people.
Yeah.
The kitchen also becomes that place that gets super messy super quickly.
Yeah.
But in general, even if it's just one person, the bathroom gets dirty so fast for no reason. I'm also like, I'm aware that I'm not brushing my teeth like this, but the mirror just be having stains. So I'm also like, where do you come from? Like, it's just happening. And then again, that the grime in the tubs or in the shower, and then the floor, and then there's hair, and then it's just like, my God.
Then there's the dust on the toilet.
Like, my God.
No, it really gets dirty.
More than any other room. And you're just hyper aware
like
when you're in it.
Party in there.
And you just get hyper aware. I almost see why people end up just giving up on their washrooms. Like, I feel like if there's any room in a house, if you're gonna tell whether people are like actually clean or dirty or like just like undercover, go to the bathroom. You can tell if somebody's house is clean or dirty.
My goodness.
Based on their bathroom.
There's been so many dates that I have been on my life that and going to the person's place. Yeah. And then you're going to the bathroom and you're literally like, there's no way I can pee here. There's no way I can, because I don't want any of this to touch me.
Why did you think to clean your room but not your bathroom? That's the thing that's weird to me. Like, folks will also like clean one aspect and then they like, most times if somebody's going to be in your house for a couple hours, they will need to use that washroom.
Yes, they'll need to use the washroom.
Clean the bathroom.
Even if you're just cleaning the sink and you're cleaning the toilet, it's fine. You don't have
to you close the shower, I don't see it, whatever.
Because I'm not going to be taking a shower. But just clean the toilet. Even if do a little brush. Especially if you know you're, that kind of person. You put some bleach in there. Let the bleach sit for a bit while you're away. Like,
yeah, if you're somebody whose hair sheds.
Nice. Oh,
brush the hair away.
The people whose hair sheds.
Brush the hair away. You know?
I'm literally going to throw up.
Anyway, so.
Okay. The other thing that gets on people's nerves, adulting thing that gets on people's nerves, taxes. There's a lot of people that hate scrubbing the shower.
It's actually such a grueling thing. Also, the fumes of the bleach are now getting in your nose. I was thinking about it today. I was like, I need to do the tub because I want to soak some clothes. But I was like, well, that's going to be the barrier to me soaking the clothes. Because I don't want to endure.
I don't want to do that. Someone said the never-ending passwords.
Woo! I've given up, y'all. If I get hacked, it's a wrap. It's the same one. Can you imagine having the same password for your Netflix as you do for your fucking bank account? I've given up. I'm legitimately like, take it. I don't give a damn because there's no reason. And since they started that suggest password nonsense, you take it. Now, if it doesn't save the thing, you had GHWX 7 exclamations or whatever and it's gone. Like, my God. Ooh, I do need to get better now, but like, I've given up.
No, there's been so many. A lot of my passwords, I literally will sit there and be like, every time I have to log on to something and it like doesn't automatically go through my Gmail or whatever, I just know that I cannot get upset with myself because I have to sit there and be willing to recycle and go through everyone's like, is it this one? No. Is it this one? Oh, maybe it was this one. Did I write it
and
like
you have
this
to make an account for everything.
For everything.
So like we can't. That password manager on Google, it's a wrap, y'all. If anybody ever gets it, like you can do what you have to do to me, child, because also this is why I feel like a lot of things now have set up 2-factor authentication because again, it is that thing where it's so easy to access people's passwords, but it shouldn't be that simple to get into certain things.
Exactly.
So like shout out to second 2-factor authentication because otherwise
we're screwed.
Yeah.
Someone said having to be accountable for every damn thing It is the pits. Looking for a new doctor, getting a dentist, your practitioner.
Also, why do I need so many people to be alive? Why do I need a dentist, a doctor,
and then
now I'm a massage therapist, your counselor, you also naturopath, dietitian, whatever. Like I shouldn't.
When you start making money, you get your accountant, your advisor, your
financial. It's too much. It's too much. Like there's so much life admin.
There's so much life
all
admin
the time. And then also, like, I understand why our parents used to be so annoyed at the debit order thing. There's nothing crazier than like just chilling in your house and you get an email like, whoop, money is gone. And you're like, what happened now? Like, who just took money from my account? And it's just like, this bill, that bill, that bill. Ooh, it's hot. It's it's a dizzyingly annoying feeling.
No, that like week when you get paid, just stay in your house. Just give it a week. Just give it 7 days post your check clearing.
Because I'm just like, money.
Just give it 7 days, and then then look at your account. Then that's the money that you actually have. But before the 7 days is over, it's not. Someone said ironing. What a total waste of life.
Oh, guys, people are still ironing. Only every now and then do we iron.
Only every now and
then. I think.
Only every now
But that's also because we're using dryers more so. Like when I was at home, I found that you have to iron. Because you're like wringing your clothes, so they're coming out of the machine and they're going on the line, and then things are wrinkly. Yeah. So you kind of, you have to even iron your t-shirt, guys. Oh, like you really have to iron so much at home. Oh. It's just, this is why people end up just having somebody come and iron or drop off. Like ironing becomes somebody's entire household because like ironing is just like a whole hullabaloo.
Yeah, there's these girls that are neighbors to my cousin. They go to my mom's house and they iron for her. Yeah. And they clean and they do spring cleaning, and then she'll just do the managing cleaning in between. That's it.
Like,
but
it's a lot. Ironing is a lot.
You need that support. Yeah. Somebody said, I don't mind loading and running the dishes. It's just putting them away.
Ooh, talk about
it's very annoying. Having to call anywhere for a question on a bill.
Don't get me started on the helplines.
Grocery shopping.
I like grocery shopping, actually. It's just the getting there is annoying. And also when you don't have a car, I think coordinating going to the store, getting stuff, coming home gets a bit annoying. Yeah. So it ends up just being not nice. But when I'm like at home.
Yeah,
I love a grocery store. I love a grocery store. You go there with your cousin, your aunt, whatever. Like, I think it's fun. Also, you can take your time. And peruse the aisles, and you don't have to think about money. And you're just kind of like getting what you want.
And it's not just grocery shopping. You're going out. Yeah. It's an outing.
Going to the shops.
Yeah, you're going out to the shop. So you're gonna get the groceries. Then you're gonna get a little something. Maybe you do a little sit down before you go get groceries.
Don't let the grocery store also be in a mall. Like if you're in like here, that doesn't happen as often. Like grocery stores tend to be standalone.
Do they even have malls here? Can we call what they have malls?
Not really. But like at Metrotown, there's a Walmart and a TNT like in the mall, where you might browse around and then go to the the grocery place. But like at home it's way more frequent. Like it's way more like there's a shopping center and then there's a Pick and Pay or there's a Woolies or there's a Checkers, whatever, at the shopping center or the mall.
So you can really like
browse and browse.
Biltong,
like what, like custard
and chili bites.
There's this. I found this online South African store. Maybe we can try it soon.
Oh, let's do it.
Across
I want it today.
They're the only ones I saw with custard powder. I'm on a desperate hunt for custard.
No, you are. Okay, I'll read just like 3 more.
Okay.
So what about adult?
What are the things about adulting
that get on your nerves? Yeah. Changing my bedding.
Yeah.
Someone said cleaning out the refrigerator.
Yeah, and not just like taking stuff out of the fridge, but then having to like wipe the surfaces, take the things out, clean the fridge. Ooh. Like at home, I don't even. Some of the things that happen at home, you just have to be like, how did they just find the time to do that? Like to turn off the fridge overnight, let the water come out, watch it come. How? I could never do that in my life. Like, it's just not a here thing. Like some of these things that we do at home is just like you not take for granted, but it's just not part of the culture here as much.
No.
So it's also furniture is not built in a way that allows for that as much. Like we can't pull out our stove here in the kitchen without us then not being able to clean behind it or access. We can't do that with the fridge. Like the apartments are then not built to support that kind of cleaning of your home. So it's very, very strange. Very strange. Whereas at home, I feel like it's not a thing. Like even apartments, they're built so that you can move your fridge.
Yes, you can move
and
everything.
Take your washing machine out and clean behind. Like you need to be able to like
clean.
Yeah, and everywhere. It's not as much of a thing here.
Someone said all of it, but that's not the last one I'll read. But I found that funny. Someone said the last one I'll read is taking my kids to school. How am I supposed to convince them to get up if I don't want to?
I don't know about that one, guys. You made your bed. Then when you were pregnant, now you have to take the child to school. I can't feel bad. I'm sorry. Like I feel bad, but like not really.
That's fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Fair.
Like fair. I get that, but also
it's what you chose.
I remember my mom legitimately also being like, I could tell she didn't want to be up. I could tell. And meanwhile, but she's like, and you're going to school. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to go to school, and she's like, are you dying? No, you're going to school.
Period.
Get ready.
Period.
Get ready. Like it's just there. What it is. It's just what it is to be a child. Like you just go to school. Like you go for so long. And then when you get older, you go to work. Like there's just nothing. There's just.
Thank you, folks, for tuning in for another episode of the Sound on Siren podcast. Remember to follow us on social media if you're still on social media. That is on Instagram and on TikTok, Sound on Siren Pod or Podcast. You can watch us on YouTube. If you are not watching us on YouTube, you're likely listening on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, and wherever it is that you get your poddies from. And yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel and enjoy the episodes as they come out, because this year consistency is what we're doing. Okay. Thanks, folks. Bye.
Bye.